Right. We are back again.
Back again and again.
And again and again. I am David Richardson. Mean Shaheen is over here talking.
Yes, sir. Again.
Again. Right. I'm glad this worked because we got a lot, like I said, we got a lot less stuff running in the background. We are smoking now, buddy.
Sounds good to me, man.
Hells yeah.
I wish the WWE product was smoking because it's fucking stale.
They're smoking something, but
yeah.
Yeah, they're smoking something, all right.
Probably.
So
anyway,
all right,
do you have me on the stream in the background?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'm hearing myself echo. I don't know why.
I don't know if I can do anything about that. I don't hear you on my end. Let me see something here.
Let me see if it's still doing it. No, I don't think it's doing it anymore.
I just unplugged my speaker. No, maybe they were going and I didn't know it.
All right.
All right. So we're still good.
We are good.
Okay. Well, let's start. Let's start back. We're talking about some news before we found. You guys can now. We got a few people in the chat room. Thanks to you guys for telling us that you couldn't hear me before we got too far into this.
Yep. Greatly appreciated. I guess let's go back onto the news once again and let's go over the stuff that we already kind of went over.
Go for it. You can start.
Absolutely. The first thing, let's talk about Bobby Lashley in an interview. He said, I guess in 2010, there was a discussion about him having a mixed martial arts match against Batista. So we were talking about who we think would actually win in a UFC type of match. What do you think?
No question. Like I said, after seeing that fight of Batista's, Lashley would probably kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think, and like I said, his aim at first fight, he looked very slow, very green, and I'm not the end all be all. I don't even know that much about MMA. I love martial arts. I've done martial arts, but yeah, I think Lashley would dominate his ass.
Yeah, I can't see. I personally can't see it happening, as pretty much Bobby Lashley said himself. Of course, Batista, he's somewhat of an established actor now. He's doing well off in Hollywood, so I don't see this guy having any sort of real fight. But it would be interesting. I still think Bobby Lashley would completely demolish him. But yeah. Just thought we should mention that. Anyway, we got here Jerry Springer is going to be on next Monday's Raw.
Gonna go start some shit on Raw.
Yeah, there you go. I don't mind this. I used to be a big fan of Jerry Springer. It got really repetitive and boring after a while, but hey, I would not mind seeing this guy on my television, and I'd rather have him than Sam or whatever. Who's that football player? Sam something?
I thought you were going to say something else when you were going there.
No.
Michael Sam.
Michael Sam. There you go.
I thought you were going to go way off the cuff. Okay.
No. Not sure where you're getting at, but no.
Don't worry about it. Let's not even bring it up.
Yeah, that guy, dude, I'm not looking forward to him coming to Raw. I am looking forward to Jerry Springer, but as you said, you don't see Michael Sam coming to Raw. So it really looked like an idiot as a whole company to invite this guy on live television, and it's not confirmed prior to the show that he's coming. So if he doesn't come, it's kind of silly on their behalf, but whatever.
It's kind of make him look a little funny. I mean, you invite this guy, open this, open that, open mic, open forum, and then he doesn't show up. Why would you even announce it if you're not booking? I'll tell you, you know what? That's TNA. That is something TNA would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
That is a complete TNA move. Hey, let's announce Mike Tyson is going to be here, even though he might not. That's TNA.
That is TNA at its finest. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Darren Young is pissed off because, you know, they're giving Michael Sam the open mic to talk about him being a homosexual or whatever, and I kind of agree with him, I guess. I mean, Eric Young, he came out a couple months ago, and they never mentioned it on television or shed any kind of light on that. And honestly, back in the day, they probably would have made a storyline out of it, but, you know, nowadays they can't really touch any of those subjects, so yeah. Either way, I'm not looking forward to this guy or Darren Young coming back for that matter.
Darren Young. You said Eric Young before. Eric Young, you are not a gay man.
I'm sorry, Eric Young, you are not a gay man.
We love you, EY.
Yes.
EY. Okay. I didn't want to get him thrown in that, so.
Yeah, he got a manly beard.
Yeah. Darren Young, not too happy. He basically just said what you said. They, you know, invite him, but won't, you know, give the mic to one of their own, and yeah, he's not too happy. So I don't know.
Actually, I'm surprised I didn't botch that and call him John Cena, because they damn sure look the same.
They really do, Black Cena.
Yes, it's just a suntan version of Cena.
That's awesome. I love it. I even like that they made fun of it right there when they were doing the whole Nexus angle. It was perfect.
Did they?
Yeah, Cena actually went out there and made fun of it.
Yeah, I stopped watching wrestling during that era.
Yeah,
so.
You said you stopped for a while. Well, yeah, one night Cena went out. Check that out. It's probably not on the... Well, it might be on the network for $9.99.
Yeah, I was about to ask you how much is the network.
Oh, dude, I'm ironing a T-shirt right now. It says $9.99 on the back. I'm gonna fucking steal it.
We were talking about that, man. That is honestly just why wrestling fans. I do not understand you. I don't get it. I mean, of course, our listeners, I'm sure you're on the smarter side of things, but some of these wrestling fans buying these $9.99 shirts. I mean, for God's sake, you're a walking advertisement. Nonetheless, you paid for that T-shirt, so you actually gave them money, and you're walking around pretty much just promoting them for free. Not even for free for them, for them. But
yeah.
I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. $9.99 T-shirt. Why would this be selling?
I don't know, but it's not a joke. It's a real T-shirt. It's right on the network, or WWEshop.com. I posted it on the Facebook page. Oh,
yeah.
Insane, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Ask the people in the chat room if they can hear us fine, because I'm getting a little bit of static from your part.
Might be because I'm echoing in your background, so I can hear myself speaking.
Yeah, I can hear myself in your background as well. I don't know. Whatever. As long as they can hear us fine and they're not hearing what we're hearing, we're fine.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that last episode, we were talking about how I was going in and out and you were going in and out, but on the episode that I listened to, it seemed like the parts that I remember you going out, it sounded fine on the actual archive episode. So as long as they hear us fine, I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, I cut all that out.
Yeah.
I did cut a lot of that out, so we kind of meshed together a little better. I listened to the whole show a couple times.
No, I'm talking about just throughout the conversations. There was parts that I remembered where I couldn't hear you when we were doing it live, but when I listened to it on the iTunes version, I could hear it.
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm saying.
Something's going on, but I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if if headphones would work for you. You got any?
I do, yeah.
You can throw them on if they're around. But, yeah, what else? But, yeah, those T-shirts are not a joke. I was kind of hoping they were. So, way to go, WWE. You're really making a parody of yourself now.
Now, what about this guy getting his sign taken away?
Oh, was reading about that, but it also, the more I read on it, it turns out the guy was kind of drunk and being a douche from what I heard, when I read. I think I posted it, actually. Give me one sec. I did post it earlier.
Yeah, you did. I saw it.
Yeah, he was, people were saying he was drunk, he was being abrasive. He admitted even to telling the people there to fuck off and, screw this, screw you guys for throwing me out, but
yeah,
maybe he deserved it.
Yeah, he probably was just being obnoxious and probably got what he deserved. Originally, though, I thought that they just kicked him out because of that sign, and that really just pissed me off because I can see them doing things like that.
I could, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I just think it's a little weird that I don't know. I mean, the sign, it was a funny ass sign.
Yeah.
But honestly, these fans pay. They should be able to hold up whatever sign they want. I mean, you pay money to do that. I don't know any other show. If he wasn't being a douche before, after the sign thing, when the security came down and took his sign, it sounds like he really did turn into an asshole. So,
yeah,
I don't know. That's from one person. They were saying he seemed like he was drunk. I read the guy's version of it. He was pretty wordy in his, he said he was actually telling the security to fuck off and this and that. So, eventually, sometimes you deserve to be ejected.
I hear you. Now we got right over here. We got one of the Usos got injured last night.
But he was already injured.
Yeah, he got injured again.
Yeah,
different part of his leg.
That was also on WWE.com.
I think that's just storyline too.
Yeah, I never know with them. I mean, if it's not storyline, if you're injured, why are you even coming out in your wrestling gear?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a part of the storyline.
Yeah,
I think you're going to see the Dust Brothers attack him again and again and again.
Yeah, I think the same thing, which I love. The Dust Brothers, them two as heels is awesome.
I see. It's growing on you, man.
It is, and I didn't like him as faces, but as heels, I liked them. What can I say? I told you I just hadn't gone all in on it yet. I was waiting.
Yeah, I'm loving it, man.
I never said I didn't like it. I just said it hasn't hit me, and I'm not all in yet. I just needed some time.
Do you like how their entrance, how Stardust kind of climbs the barricade and stands right on top of the barricade? I was just thinking, like, one of these nights, man, he's probably just gonna fall in the crowd, and that's just gonna be awesome footage to watch.
Probably.
It's gonna be good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. That's something to look forward to as far as WWE is concerned. So you guys can look forward to Stardust falling in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. They're saying I'm a little low. I'm gonna bump myself up just a little bit here.
All right.
They're saying you're a little loud. So, whoa, that's too much.
That was a little bit too much. But meanwhile, you do that. We got Davey Meltzer. Once again, this guy's bored and he's making news out of nothing. And he claims the reason why... Now listen to this. The reason why fucking... well, I forgot his name. Zack Ryder. I mean, that's how irrelevant this guy is now. I forgot his damn name. He said the reason why Zack Ryder was basically squashed by Rusev on Monday Night Raw was because Zack Ryder was being very negative on his Twitter, I guess, the past couple of weeks. And if you know WWE, they don't take kindly with that, and they're not really big on guys going on rants on the social networks. So they're basically punishing this guy, which I thought is just hilarious. This guy saying they're punishing this guy. This guy's been getting punished for 2 years, dude. This is nothing new. This is not newsworthy. Must be really boring in wrestling for this guy to make a article out of this. It's just.
Yeah, I kind of, this whole punishing thing in WWE is some of the most absolutely childish, middle school. It's almost, I almost can't even put it in words how ridiculous it is.
It is.
It really is. I mean, you want to punish a guy? You've already punished Zack Ryder. Take him off TV.
Yeah, but I mean, why was he even punished? I don't even understand why he's punished.
Because you can't say anything bad about WWE.
Yeah, I guess, dude.
You can't. They will crucify you. I mean, Ziggler does it. I notice he hasn't in a while, but
he still does it though. I mean, I guess the last couple of weeks he hasn't, but he's one of those guys that he's pretty much always shitting on them subliminally. Of course, he won't just come out and say it, but subliminally he gets his message across, and he gets a couple jabs here and there.
Yeah, he does. I don't know, man, but yeah, I mean, I mean, I like Ziggler, but I just think they're gonna give us a taste and then back them off, and then they'll give us more, and then I think that's what they're gonna keep doing. But that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am.
I tell you what, though, if Ziggler were to be released one day from the WWE while he's still in his prime, I think that guy can make a lot of money in Japan and on the Indies.
Maybe. I think he definitely could. I think he would definitely do good in Japan. They love the selling in Japan.
Yeah, I think he would really appreciate his work in the ring.
Probably.
What else do we have here? We already talked about Darren Young not being happy about WWE offering Michael Sam the mic, and quite frankly, I'm not really happy about Michael Sam, I shouldn't say coming in, because we still don't know. But I'm also not very happy about Darren Young coming back. That guy pretty much sucks. But whatever, dude.
Yeah. Looks like WWE finally signed Willie Mack. Is this a new article?
Yeah, your volume's very low.
Oh, did my volume go low? Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Microphone levels jumping up.
I think that's about it as far as rumors and news goes. I'm trying to see what else is on here, but
I got a couple here. You got me. You can hear me okay again?
I guess.
All right. Here, let me go one more time, and I'll jump my levels up a little more. How we doing now?
Yeah, you sound much better.
There.
Just leave it like that.
I'm gonna not touch it again. Looks like they finally signed Willie Mack. I had heard they were going to a while ago, but it took a while. They finally signed Willie Mack.
I'm really surprised about that, because I mean, the guy he's really good in the ring for his size, and his size I don't mean because he's like huge or anything. He's just kind of chubby. But I don't know, man. I'm really surprised about WWE investing in a guy like that, because I don't know. When is the last time you saw WWE sign a guy like Willie Mack?
It's been a long time, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see how he does. But oh my God, the second paragraph, I can't believe it. WWE Studios working on a second Scooby-Doo movie.
Awesome.
Oh
yes.
My God.
Shit. Fuck, dude. That's so awesome.
Jesus Christ, I think the goddamn heavens just opened.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I can't even believe this.
Is this the greatest news or what? This I think that should be the title of our show. There's a new Scooby-Doo coming out.
Scooby-Doo 2?
Yeah, that'll get a lot of hits, dude. That's so many people are excited about that.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a Scooby-Doo 2 coming out.
That's sarcasm, by the way, for the slow ones.
Meanwhile, I was a big Scooby-Doo fan when I was a kid.
Oh, I am too, dude. I have every single episode of the old school Scooby, not the new stuff. I'm not a fan of. I mean, I haven't watched it for like 10 years, probably, but
yeah, I do the voice.
Either way, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I do the Scooby voice for my son, and he loves it.
WWE, man. They're gonna bring Scooby back. Remember when they brought this guy dressed as a Scooby gimmick?
Yeah.
How bad was that?
I don't know, man. But yeah, it's a whole nother.
Are you looking forward to that happening again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're excited about that?
I'm very excited. That's just absolutely amazing.
They should put him in like a 6-man tag with like the Usos. Scooby against like Ryback and fucking who cares?
Right, Jimmy? Right, Jay?
There you go, man. I can see a backstage segment with them doing that. Oh, I can see it already, dude. There you go. You're welcome once again. You can have that idea too. Bring in Scooby as a character and put him in a 6-man tag on WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're gonna need. I don't know. They'll do something, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna come out 2016. So at least we have a little bit of time before anything comes out. That's a good thing.
I mentioned Ryback. So have you noticed that? I guess I don't know how he injured himself, but I guess Ryback is injured, so he's gonna be out for a couple months.
Yeah, I saw him in a hospital bed, and he was hilarious.
Was he really?
If you watch that video, it was hilarious.
Got to track this down and watch it now.
He was all doped up and loopy and shit. It was freaking awesome. He's more entertaining than any Bella segment I've seen doped up. So,
dude, fuck, man. Can we not talk about that? Because that's gonna.
We'll get there.
My blood pressure rise, man.
We'll get there. Let's all in due time. I am harnessing your rage because I want to hear all this in a little while. Here's something else. WWE not letting anybody else, any more of their wrestlers on Jim Ross's podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, looks like it, and yeah.
Somebody
I
was actually thinking about that, not because of that, that news actually, but I was just watching some of Sam Roberts' interviews, because he's always backstage at the big shows, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. He's always getting these exclusive interviews with the wrestlers, and for the most part, they break kayfabe. They don't really. They're not still in gimmick. I mean, he had an interview with Stardust, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
He was still in character, but for the most part, they break kayfabe, and I never understood why they let these guys go on these shows. And of course, everybody knows there is no such thing as kayfabe pretty much anymore. But still, whatever is left, I think should still be protected, especially if the guys are under contract. You probably shouldn't go on there and say, yeah, me and Brock, we've talked about the match. We're gonna have a good match. It's gonna be good. So look forward to that tonight. And Brock walks in the background. I don't know, dude. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, it is. But Sam, Sam's a Opie and Anthony guy, so they're on Opie and Anthony all the time. Like I said, if you remember, Opie and Anthony was the intro show for XFL. So they do have that, Opie and Anthony is one of the few shows I've heard a Vince McMahon interview on.
Yeah.
They actually got him, he called one day. He called Opie and I've never heard him do that. He did, so, they do have a history. So I can definitely see it happening.
Yeah. I guess they just have something against Ross.
They really do. They just don't like the guy. And, someone asked him about, having Ric Flair, and he said, nope. He's a WWE guy. They haven't approved anybody for me. But
this is a shame, man.
Could it be because he doesn't shit on TNA? He's pulling for TNA and has TNA guests on?
I don't know, because once again, like I said, Sam Roberts, same case. He has TNA guys on. Peter Rosenberg, he has TNA guys on.
Yeah, but that's, Sam's also he's not just a podcast. Sam does actual radio shows, and they get a lot of media from him Opie and Anthony's not a small show. Well, I guess it's just Opie.
Yeah, but what about Rosenberg? I mean, he's on a hip hop station. He's not getting, a big part of the wrestling crowd.
No, well, it's another demographic they're looking to reach, so I could kind of see what that also. I don't know, man. I'm sure they got their reasons, but they always do something to shit on poor Jim Ross every fucking time. It's just crazy.
I think you got to raise your volume again, man.
Why does it keep dropping? Hold on. I think I know what's going on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to have to leave it up because it keeps dropping by itself for some reason.
I can hear much better.
Is that better?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to leave the boost up and I'm going to turn my volume down to 50. See if that works any better. I've got some static on my end, but it should be okay.
Yeah, it sounds fine now.
Alright, I'll keep it. It's not going to... They're saying you're yelling at them.
Yelling?
They're saying you're yelling and I'm whispering. Oh, God damn it.
I'm telling you, dude, we should just do it off YouTube, man. You can avoid all of this.
Once I get it, and because I'm not going to touch... This computer is going to be the one I do it off all the time, so once I get it, it's not going to move. Trust me here. Let's see if that helps at all. God damn it. But yeah, my volume sounds better, so
Good?
yeah, I can't turn you down. You'd have to turn yourself down, I think. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll just step back a little bit.
Yeah, but they got me now, so well, at least I'm definitely pulling up on the thing, so it's definitely showing I'm going, so I'll leave it like that. And yeah, what else was I just looking at here? Yeah, poor Jim Ross. They always do something to shit on this guy. Fucking always. I feel bad for the guy sometimes, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know, but looks like TNA finally announced some stuff for Bound for Glory. That's a good thing because they hadn't yet, and it's coming up.
Is it even going to happen?
Yeah, Bound for Glory, and they have shows after Bound for Glory, so
Yeah. That's the one that's going to be from Japan, right?
that is the one going to be from Japan, absolutely.
Alright.
I think, and with Wrestle 1, I think it's going to be a good show, man.
Yeah. I would imagine so. I mean, their TV tapings have been, phenomenal for the last probably 2 months, I would say. I guess 2-3 months.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed every single show, man. I've pretty much had zero complaints other than, Sam Shaw and all the bullshit. But
Yeah, I was pulling for Sam Shaw, but can't do it no more. It's just not good TV.
that dude sucks, man.
He really does, man. It's just becoming more and more black. So I don't know. Then
News?
What?
Any other news?
I'm looking. We already talked about the fan sign being taken. He might have been a douche. All right, we got that.
Yeah. Well, I got something else. Local indie wrestling, Pro Wrestling Syndicate. They're looking to get on television, and I shared this on our Facebook. So if you have a couple extra bucks and you want to support some good wrestling, go ahead and fund them. Go to ProWrestlingSyndicate.com. They have. I'm probably going to be at the September 20th show, so they have some really good stuff, man. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they got Rob Van Dam coming in. They got Harlem Heat together once again. They got the Impact players, Lance Storm and Just Incredible, going against the Reynolds brothers, and yeah, they got a bunch of good stuff, man. Luke Hawks is going to be there. Jimmy Snuka, I think. They always have Bret Hart up there. They have some good stuff. Good wrestling.
Nice, man. That's good.
Yeah, so if you want to support some good wrestling, go ahead and help them out.
Help them out one time, $9.99.
Yeah. Give them $9.99. There you go.
Give them $9.99. Give them 10. Go ahead and give them that extra penny, people. They deserve it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more wrestling on my television. Actually, speaking of wrestling on my television, I found out I do get the RAW network, so I'm going to be able to watch AAA.
Really?
I actually do get it, yeah.
I don't think I get it, so.
Yeah, I got Verizon, the Fios, so I flipped through my cable the other day, and I get the RAW network. So,
actually, I might get it too. Then I have Fios.
You might. It could also be. It could be something where it is, but I don't know. I get it, so I'm going to go ahead and I need to start DVR and AAA because I would love to watch it. I'd like to see how it is, what's going on.
What's it going to be on now? It's going to be on towards the end of the year, right?
I think it actually might be starting soon, like in the next month or two, like maybe even already.
No, it's not already because I was listening to Conan's podcast and he said that they're going to start taping for the American shows in a couple weeks. So I'm guessing towards the end of the year is probably going to be the time they debut in America.
Let's see here. 8 hours ago, news for AAA and RAW. Yeah, it looks like Chavo's actually going to be out there working for him backstage. I read that today too.
Yeah.
I've never minded Chavo.
I never cared for the guy, man.
He's another guy that if he's there, he's there. When he wasn't, I didn't sit there and I didn't, hey, where's Chavo? But, yeah, it looks like they've been offering a few people. I don't know when it's going to start, but it looks like, let's see, former TNA stars Young Bucks, Frankie Kazarian have reportedly turned down deals from the RAW network. They're not sure that they're not sure about the longevity of the show, so they don't want to sign any deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Ezekiel Jackson was offered one, Maxine, Savannah, and they've all been offered deals.
Ezekiel Jackson in AAA?
Hey man, I'm just reading it. I'm not saying anything else, but I'm just reading.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, it looks like, man, they're offering some people $750 a match while they're offering some other people $200 per match.
Man.
Man.
Right there.
Talk about being told you suck.
Well, to be honest with you, I honestly wish them the best because, dude, we need some more wrestling, and Global Force Wrestling is not coming around, so why not have AAA, you know?
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for that goddamn... I don't know, man. I just, like I said on one of our first shows, if this falls through for Jeff, he just needs to get the hell out of this business, hide somewhere, go bang Karen, wherever he wants, and stay there, hidden in a cave, because, I mean, this is, I don't know, to me, this is really putting your rep on the line. You're already looking like a fool, so you better get some wrestlers signed quick.
Yeah, I don't even think he cares. I think he has a lot of good relationships with like international promotions, like for example, AAA and New Japan, and all that is cool, man. But when you don't even have a roster, you don't even have one wrestler signed to your company. I mean, it's just really hard to be invested in. You know, it's just they got Global Force Wrestling ball caps and tank tops. Like, why would anybody buy this, dude? It doesn't even exist. It's a dream. It's not reality.
It's a fucking pipe dream.
It is a fucking dream, dude. It's not. It's just an ideal, that's been sketched out. It's nothing. It's nothing yet. I mean, the website is very it's just terrible everything, dude. And I hate being so negative all the time, man. But I mean, come on. Give me a break, man. I mean, Global Force Wrestling, they've had big news coming for the last year. What is the big news? New ball caps and tank tops. I mean,
partnerships.
I don't know.
Partnerships.
I don't know, Jeff
That's
Jarrett.
what we keep getting. Partnerships.
Yeah.
That's all they keep announcing is partnerships and this, and I think they've already got a friggin' TV deal.
Do they?
I think CMT might have already picked them up. If they did, goddamn, go screw TNA. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just fucking weird. I have no clue, man. But I don't know. Good for them. Whatever.
Want to get into Raw?
I guess we need to. It's been an hour. We should probably go ahead and get into Raw.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. We start with the highlight reel.
Yes. Randy Orton, the Viper.
The Viper comes down. Randy comes down. The entire Authority faction comes down. And then Triple H immediately start throwing each other middle school jokes.
Yeah, I like how Triple H referred to Kane as the Demon Kane still, and this guy is in a suit. Stop, dude. You guys are switching them back and forth so much that you guys forget it yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and of course Hunter Triple H has got to throw in that short joke. It's just it's always got to come from him.
Yeah, you know it, man. I mean, yeah, I like his sense of humor, though. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's just they really just started throwing middle school. Oh, nice scarf, better than a pink tie.
I think that wasn't something that was scripted. That was just off the top. Yeah. That's what it seemed like.
Maybe they should have stuck to the fucking script then. In that case,
probably should have stuck to the script.
Probably should have.
Honestly, that scarf was kind of odd looking. It looked really feminine.
He's really. I mean, he's starting to look like Steven Tyler more and more. So I guess he's just trying to.
He's experimenting.
He's trying to look more like the microphone. So he's just tying scarves onto himself. I don't know, man. I'm just going here. I don't know.
Yeah, Jericho is having a midlife crisis, man.
I just drank a Mountain Dew Kickstart, so if I start talking too much, just come on the cam and give me the finger or something.
Hey, man. Dude.
So, yeah, and there was that whole back and forth, and then Cena comes down.
Well, don't forget that apparently Triple H thinks it's still the fucking 70s. He called it WWE.
Yeah, Triple H. But he did roll a funny tweet out today, kind of making fun of himself. I did give him a little credit for that. So yeah, he said, get the WWE Network, and I'll throw in the fourth W for free. Something like that, something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. It was funny though. He was a dig on himself, and you gotta give a guy a little credit for that.
Yeah, I always appreciate that.
Yeah, you can always appreciate a guy giving himself a little shot. So, I don't know, but yeah. And of course, a $9.99 plug from Triple H. And then Cena comes down. And he was serious for a while, and I was kind of liking it. And then, $9.99 plug.
Yeah. It's getting old now, man. It was funny the first couple weeks, but now it's like, alright. We don't need it every segment, every serious promo. Doesn't need a $9.99 plug. You know, I don't know, man. I can see it getting very, very old as it is right now already, actually.
Yeah, I told you within 2 weeks you're going to want to fucking blow your brains out. And
kind of want to do that now, talking about Raw.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I told you so, but yeah, I knew this was going to happen. But yeah, it was definitely going. So who knows? But yeah, and I don't know. I really thought the segment was going a little long. I think it should have stopped a while before that, but
it did seem really long.
I thought so, and that's just me thinking that. But I don't know. I'm glad you agree.
Yeah, it did seem like it was very long. And, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. They're not giving us anything to look forward to. I think it's just, the fact that Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose and, guys like CM Punk and all these guys aren't on TV anymore. You can see the emptiness in the roster right now. It's a lack of depth,
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, come on. I mean, talk about lack of depth. Name me two guys right now that can go against Brock Lesnar and be believable.
Batista, maybe if they bring him back.
If they bring him back, okay, there's one. And Mark Henry.
I wouldn't even take that seriously.
There you go. Or Big Show. You don't want to see that again.
Here too.
Yeah. See what I mean?
15th time? I don't know, man.
See what I mean?
I certainly don't want to see Randy Orton against Lesnar, which is what they were kind of teasing. I'm guessing that's probably going to be happening in a couple months.
And as much as I want to see Bryan, him against Lesnar would almost be laughable.
It would be probably one of the best combinations, but it wouldn't be believable.
It would be. I mean, even the Punk match with Lesnar and Punk was a little whatever. Punk sold it enough to where it wasn't a bad match, but
it was a great match.
Yeah, but let's face it, if Brock saw Punk on the street, he'd squash him like squish like grape.
There you go.
He would. It would be like a Batista Lashley fight.
It would be.
Call back.
But he would crush him, man. I don't think Batista would have a chance.
Yeah, I don't think it would even be a question about that. But yeah, I mean, there is no depth. And I said this on Facebook today. They're really becoming a parody of themselves with this $9.99 thing and this Bella stuff. Oh my God, we'll get into that.
Oh.
We got one match, and then we can go ahead and start going into that. We've got we take a commercial, we come back, and we've got Ziggler and Sheamus versus Cesaro and The Miz.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say this. I'm now liking Miz, and I'm liking what Sandow did. Miz was hilarious last night. I thought I couldn't stop laughing.
I'm kind of liking him now.
I thought it was hilarious, and it looks like that was Sarah Bridges down there with him last night doing his Mellow Makeup Girl.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of Sandow, did you see his tweets the last couple of days? He's kind of teasing something that we wouldn't expect.
Yeah, I saw that. I can only think it's going to be Michael Samdow.
Oh my God!
How about that? If he doesn't show up, what's your bet that he doesn't come down like that?
That's a pretty funny one. That's better than most of the ones that they did already.
Dude, if they have him come down in blackface,
oh my God, they would not dare to do that.
I know they wouldn't, but goddamn, would I fuck him up?
They would not be able to do that, man.
No, they would. Well,
speaking of this guy saying, his tweets, it basically says you won't see it coming. Now, what do you think this is, other than, the whole Sandow?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
Maybe a win? Because I certainly wouldn't see that coming.
I would never see that coming. That was awesome.
Just going to get a win on, main event. It's probably the whole thing.
He might. I don't know. But, I have no clue, man. But the one thing I kept noticing during this match was the three guys off to the right side of hard camera that were dressed like Macho Warrior and Ric Flair. They were making me laugh the whole match.
I like the Savage one. I thought that was
you
awesome.
saw. I'm glad. Yeah, they showed him a lot throughout the show, but it looked like after a while they were kind of trying to cut that corner out.
I don't know why. I don't get it, man. Because they're not really on bad terms with any of the guys. I mean, it's funny. It would get a little attention. At least it adds a little bit of humor to the show because the scripts certainly don't add any humor to it.
Yeah,
I don't get it, man. It's not like people are coming out dressed like the competition, which there is none, pretty much. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the only other really, I mean, that was one of the highlights of the match was watching those three guys back there. And the only other thing I really noticed is how goddamn strong. Did you see Cesaro throw Sheamus?
Yeah, dude, he's unbelievable.
I mean, he dropped him down and then ripped him back. That motherfucker is sick strong, dude. Sheamus is not a small guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Cesaro is one of a kind, man. That guy, he doesn't look that big, but you know, judging from his moves and the things that he's able to do, man, that guy is a monster.
Unbelievable. I was really impressed.
That's a guy I can see against Lesnar if they build him up.
You know what? You're right. I probably could too. They could do that. Not right now, but they definitely could.
Yep. Maybe Royal Rumble. That would be good.
I didn't even think of that. You know, that's definitely a good point. I can see that happening.
Maybe Survivor Series even. Something like that. They have a couple months to build it up.
Yeah, they got a few months. Yeah, that would be a decent match.
But you know what we're going to get? We're going to get Orton. We're going to get Big Show. Because, you know, actually, I don't know. Because I have a feeling that they're going to turn Big Show heel again.
Again?
Again.
Oh, come on.
I just have that feeling, man. I think it's going to happen.
No, I don't want that.
Dude, I can see this definitely happening. I can see Big Show, for some odd reason, you know, turning heel and turning on Mark Henry. That way, Mark Henry remains strong and he doesn't lose clean to Rusev. And they take Mark Henry and kind of build him up against Brock Lesnar. But I don't know, man. I don't see them keeping Big Show and Mark Henry as a tag team for long. So somebody's got to turn heel.
All right, Sexual Chocolate just joined the chat. Woohoo!
There you go, Mark Henry himself. The man is here.
Sexual Chocolate.
Woo! The man is here.
So yeah, but yeah, that's probably what we're gonna get. God damn, Big Show turning again. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I forgot where I heard this from, so I can't credit anybody. But somebody mentioned the tag team should be called the White Chocolate because, you know, Big Show is Paul White and Sexual Chocolate. I think that would be great, man. They should do that.
They could.
That would be hilarious.
It would be, but they wouldn't do something like that.
Never do that again.
Yeah, so, well, let's go ahead and I'm probably going to have time to go get another beer here with you going off on this. We get a quick recap of the Bella Twins segment from last week, and then we get the first growing up Bella.
Yeah, this almost made me want to kill myself.
She was talking about Ryan and how Ryan, this was the last picture that I had with Ryan because he was banging Nikki or banging Bree in the parking lot.
Yeah,
that's basically what she said. So yeah, really.
In PG terms, yeah. That's
I almost started crying. I mean,
it got much worse.
And they weren't tears of, oh, this is emotional. They were tears of, this is the most painful segment I have seen in a long time.
Absolutely, man. I thought it was horrendous.
Painful. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. And this was the first of 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah, my eyes were bleeding. I was vomiting. My ears were bleeding. I was shaking. My blood pressure was rising. I almost had a heart attack. I almost killed myself.
They left you in a pile of your own blood, piss, and vomit.
They absolutely did. This was terrible, dude. They have to stop this thing with the Bellas, man. I mean, fuck, dude. We got like 45 minutes of the Bellas on Raw. Why? What did we do, man? You guys we're subscribing for $9.99. Please stop putting this shit on TV. Give them 10 minutes a week, man. I don't need to see the fucking Bellas for 45 minutes on my television set. I mean, this is what I mean by the lack of depth on the roster right now. They don't have anything to do. I mean, literally, they're losing even Ryback is out, for God's sake. You know, they don't have anybody. Might as well bring back, I don't know, Justin Gabriel. I'd rather see that guy against, who gives a shit, against, put him against Darren Young. I'd rather watch that than watch the Bella's grown up with Bella.
I
really can't believe this made it to television. Who gave this the green light? Who's given any of this the green light, for that matter?
This is I don't know, man. I you know what? I can't even. I have no clue. But this is very. I'm going to say this one more time. People are going to get really sick of me saying this, but I'm going to say it again. You hire soap opera writers. This is the shit you're going to fucking get.
Yep.
Some people want to watch this. I don't. If you do, good for you. You're getting what you want. I'm glad. But this isn't what I want to see on my TV, man. This is not the kind of wrestling I want to watch.
This isn't even wrestling. You can't even say this is wrestling. This is why it's called sports entertainment.
It's as the world turns.
This is I don't know, dude. This was hard to watch.
Yeah. So literally, my two notes are what the fuck is this Bella shit and what the fuck is this Bella shit and bullshit soap opera dribble.
Yeah, I mean,
those were my notes on that.
Too much acting, man. Too much acting.
Yeah.
This isn't an actual, you know. It's not a sitcom, you know. It's not a drama. It's not ER. You know. This is supposed to be wrestling, dude. I don't need to see them talking about growing up with each other and being twins and, you know, she took my boyfriend and she stole my license and oh God, man. This is bad, dude. This is bad. Daniel Bryan, you're laying me down, brother. This is not good, man. Talk to your wife, man. This is terrible. You're too good, man. You shouldn't be co-signing her doing this type of shit.
Yeah. It's just.
But I'm not actually being serious. You know, people that are going to be, oh, Daniel Bryan can't do it. I know, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have no clue, but I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, and then they've got the fucking balls to follow that shit up with a goddamn Divas match, which really wasn't a match. It was really, let's face it, this was a total Divas commercial. It was Layla, Summer Rae, and Naomi versus Cameron, Eva Marie, and Rosa. Hey, I'm always down to see Eva Marie, so I'm good with that. But I don't know, man. I mean,
Can I go ahead and say this, man? I think Rosa Mendes is probably the worst wrestler I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, Layla threw a kick at her that missed her by like 30 feet.
Yes.
You saw it too?
I saw everything, dude. They botched arm drags, they botched drop kicks, they botched kicks, punch. Everything was a botch. Literally everything in this match was a botch. And honestly, I think it wouldn't surprise me if they just called an audible and just ended the match in that fashion where everybody just attacked each other. That's how bad it was. You know, Vince was probably just like telling the ref, like, hey, just, you know, shut it down. Let's go home. This is terrible. I don't know, dude. I don't know how these people are still hired. Like, Rosa Mendes, if this girl has been in wrestling for more than 3 months, I'm surprised because as you know, I don't really follow women's wrestling, so I'm not familiar with her, and I stopped watching for a couple years. So for all I know, that's probably when she wrestled. Because I sure as hell, I don't know this lady.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that match was just, I mean, shouldn't even have been on television. That bad, and then it just turns into a whatever at the end, and a breakout brawl, pull apart. Anyway, then we go to, which, you know, this actually wasn't a bad match. This Mark Henry Big Show versus the Wyatt family, which was just, you know, Harper and Rowan.
Yeah. I didn't mind this.
I didn't either, and we did get a sexual chocolate chant out of this.
Yeah. This was probably one of the better segments on the show. Actually,
this was definitely one of the better matches. Definitely one of the better matches.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Rowan's starting to look a little better in the ring, if you ask me. I mean, I can see some definite improvement with him.
Yeah, definitely, man. He remember when he first came in, he was terrible, dude. And right now he's pretty decent, man. I mean,
yeah.
I just don't know about once they break up the Wyatts, it's going to be hard to push either of these guys as a different gimmick. Yeah, that's my only worry with them.
Yeah, it is. But it was a good match. They were doing a lot of kicking, and I'm always down for a good big man against big man match. So there will be no complaining from me for this match at all.
Yeah, I'm always big on that as well.
Yeah, I mean it did end in a DQ. Rusev ran in, but I think he kicked Henry in the gut, and that was the DQ. But still, it was a good little match, and like I said, I'm always down for a big man against big man match. So
I absolutely agree.
And then we get into another goddamn growing up Bella segment. So, as I'm digging my fingers into my eyeballs, I hear her talking about a car crash. Now, they even had pictures of this car crash. This actually could have been a true story. So, car crash. Nikki accused Brie of stealing her driver's license, crashing their car. I'm gouging my eyes out at this point. I mean, literally, my note is another fucking Bella segment. That's all I could write.
Yeah, dude, I thought this was even worse than the first segment. I mean, it probably is a true story, though. I can see it being a true story, but either way, dude, this is too much acting. It's not interesting. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's
not a fan of it.
It really brought this show from horrible to a screeching horrible. I mean, I really can't even understand. Like you said, how did this even get on fucking TV?
Absolutely.
I don't know. But then we had another awesome pre-tape of Brock and Brock and Heyman. I am so... I love this old school booking to where it seems like you don't... Hey, WWE, you don't need the fucking champion every week on television. I love it. I love it. It's something special. It's a spectacle. It's the champion's coming. I love it. I fucking love it.
You know what I think is hilarious? If they actually brought in Paul Heyman, had him carry the belt with him every time. That would be hilarious. Little Paul Heyman instead of big fight.
That would be funny. That would be funny. But yeah, that was these fucking segments are absolutely great. I think I'm loving them. They really should learn from this, in my opinion. But then we get this. Do you want to take over? Or you want me to keep going?
You mentioned it in the match because I don't have to listen.
All right. Then we get the Jack Swagger versus Curtis Axel match. Now I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I got you better now. Yeah, we get the Swagger versus Curtis Axel match.
I thought it was a okay match. Not a big fan of Curtis Axel, of course, but I found another match in here that was hilarious. Curtis Axel tried to clothesline him, and he just completely no-sold it, so he kind of clotheslined the back of his head, and he just fell to the floor. It was really awkward in the match, but it was an okay match. I mean, Swagger is honestly much better than Curtis Axel.
Yep.
I think. But it was good to see Dutch Mantel back.
Yeah, Zeb is back. That's awesome. I had said they weren't looking to get rid of him. They were just having him sell that kick from Rusev. Not a bad idea. This match keeps going and going, and then we get to after the match. Swagger wins the match. Actually, wasn't a bad match, honestly.
It wasn't bad.
Wasn't a bad match.
If you tell me that I could sit through with Swagger and Curtis Axel, I'd probably stub my eyeballs. But it was an okay match.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent match. And then we get this. Okay, then we get this other segment with Bo Dallas. You saw 3 people walk up to the stage. I had no clue what they were doing, but 3 people walk up, and then we get Richie. Richie's a farmer.
It's amazing, dude. Amazing television right here.
Richie's a farmer who is betting on wrestling. That's not a farmer. That's called a fucking rube.
Oh my God.
Richie has bet on wrestling. He bet on Swagger's first match. He bet on his rematches. They're coming to take his farm.
Dude, this was so stupid, man. Talking about he did double or nothing. And,
yep.
He's lost all of his savings. He's losing his house and farm and all this. This was terrible, dude. The next guy, he was a foreigner. He was an Italian guy.
Angelo,
He
came here to be a tailor, and he failed his citizenship test. Now he's going back to Italy. Oh, mamma mia! Yeah.
Did you catch Dust Mantel kind of giving him giving him the hand signal to get out?
Yeah, and I guess the government decided to let him be on Raw first, and then he can go back to his country. That's how the government works. You know how nice they can be.
Yeah.
And then we get Jennifer, who I found out, I think that's Ken Patera's daughter.
Really?
I think that is. Yeah, I think so.
Didn't Ken Patera go to jail for like a couple years? Was he attacked a police officer?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that happened.
I know there was a story about him doing something, but yeah. And Jennifer's poor son used to want to be just like his favorite wrestler, and now he wants to be just like Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin, man. That is our hero.
So
I have a Vladimir Putin tattoo.
So I'm gouging out my other eye. I'm sticking pencils in my ears. I'm.
How many injuries did you get watching this show?
Dude, I was so. I don't know, but my God, even going back over this, it's even more embarrassing. I think reading it.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Because I'm getting a little bit of echo.
I'm hearing you fine.
You hear me fine?
Yeah, you're breaking up a touch, but not enough to where I can't not understand you.
All right.
So we're gonna take a break in a few minutes anyway.
Cool.
So we'll go take a piss. And then let's see, what do we get now? Oh, now after a commercial, we get Adam Rose versus Titus O'Neil.
Which I noticed Adam Rose didn't even get an entrance.
Nope.
Go show you how high they're on this guy.
And as if my goddamn eyes weren't bleeding and my ears weren't bleeding enough, I have to watch this. And during this match, blah, 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 the Bunny comes down, attacks Heath Slater, who was with Titus, because they're now, partners. And, of course, this distracts Titus O'Neil, and of course, he's rolled up 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so the Bunny,
yeah,
I didn't see that. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with the Bunny, but it wasn't entertaining to me, man. I guess they're doing it for the kids, so whatever, man.
Another distraction, as usual.
And a roll-up, and another roll-up, so...
That's a deadly move in WWE, man.
That is the theme. We've seen it the last couple months. There's like 2 distracted roll-ups every roll.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, so... and then we get this goddamn, the third Growing Up Bella Part 3. Oh, god damn it.
Can we just go ahead and just shoot ourselves already? Because I don't know, dude. I don't really have much else to say about this. I absolutely hated it. Yep. I thought it was terrible, and I hope I never have to watch another segment as bad as these.
Yep. So this time, Nikki said she took a test for her final exam, and that's why Brie graduated, and she's never told anybody. That was the little tag at the end of all of them. But I never told anybody.
Surprised that it's trending.
Yeah, so Nikki is a whore, a car thief, and a idiot. So here we go.
Oh, man.
What else you got to say about that?
I don't know, man. Segment by segment, it got worse. Yeah. Basically, they just said she's stupid. She used to bang all these dudes in high school and steal her car and probably get intoxicated and crash cars and failed all her classes. And I don't know, dude. I don't know what they're trying to do with this. I mean, I guess we're gonna get a Nikki versus Brie mode match, and hopefully they're gonna keep it to a minimum of like 5 minutes. And I'm sure that's not going to happen. They're probably going to give them like 20 minutes, which is probably going to make me want to kill myself even further. So, yeah, the Bella twins are making me want to kill myself. There you go. The only thing that's not okay with me in my life right now is the Bellas on Raw.
Bruh.
Get off my television.
Yeah, they're pretty, yeah, they're pretty bad. Pretty bad indeed.
Yeah, it's terrible. Not
Absolutely.
pretty bad. It's fucking awful.
It's horrible. You're right. You're right. I'm not going to deny it. It's horrible.
Sir, I think Cena's rubbing off on them, man.
I don't know, man. It's all just so.
The Cena effect.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, and we really don't need to go into this Rusev for Zack Ryder match. We pretty much talked about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't even think we need to get into it. Rusev squashed him. Blah, blah, blah. Henry did come out, though, and I liked his promo. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but why did Rusev run away?
I was very confused by that, too. Why in the fuck did Rusev run? They've been building up this big monster that can beat everybody.
Yeah. And then they have him away.
And then they have him run. It's almost, like, I don't know. I'm not even going to start comparing it. But, yeah, it was pretty good. But I liked it. Thank God Henry said he opened up a international wing in the Hall of Pain. And Rusev's going to be the first inductee. I liked it. I liked the end. It was a nice little ending there. I liked it pretty good.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have a good match. But, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad, I guess. I don't know. It's just, there's just so... I don't know, man. It's just so weird right now. They're just, but, yeah, all this... But, I don't know. We'll see. It should be alright.
Yeah, I guess it's a couple weeks. I'm sure that's going to be the matches on.
Yeah, and then we get this segment with Stephanie and Triple H, and it was so awkward, I thought. So out of place. It was just Triple H gushing over Stephanie for a while, and anyway.
I would much rather see this than the Bellas.
Yeah, and then, I guess. Well, I don't know. I'd rather not see any of it, to be honest with you.
I'd rather see 3 hours of Triple H on my television than pretty much anything we saw on Raw.
Yeah, I guess.
Have that guy talk for 3 hours. That's more entertaining. Have him plug $9.99 in different forms for the next 3 hours. And that's probably more entertaining to me than watching Growing Up with Hello.
Yeah, I don't know. But, and then we get another goddamn Bella segment with Stephanie. Stephanie comes out to the ring, and she calls out Nikki, and Nikki's out there, blah, 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 all this bullshit. The crowd was chanting boring within 30 seconds of this.
Yes, because they hate it. They hate it just like we do. Man.
Oh, my God.
If you see a reaction on camera right now, it's just like, I don't even want to relive the shit. It was that bad.
Yeah, AJ came out. That made me kind of happy. And And then Paige comes out. You know, I don't really give a shit about the Divas title, but now they got this whole Bella thing wrapped into the Divas title. So now you just took a whole nother storyline away and wrapped that storyline into your storyline. So
Total Divas, man.
Yeah.
Divas coming back this Sunday. Total Divas.
Yeah.
Who's excited for that?
Yeah, I'm anyway.
Let's talk some TNA, man. Fuck this shit. This is good wrestling right now.
Maybe we should just skip the rest of this. You know what? I'll go through. I'll here. We get Bray. He comes down. Usos versus Stardust and Goldust, and I thought that was a good match.
That was probably the best tonight.
Yeah, like I said, we already talked about this too. I liked him as a heel. Blah blah. Goldust and Stardust won that match. Let's see here. Authority, Locker Room, Henry and Russo, blah, blah, blah.
I'll tell you one thing. Do you think, I don't know, I'm guessing it's part of storyline, so the guy's not really injured, but I'm thinking that the Dust Brothers are probably going to take the titles at Night of Champions, and in all honesty, man, I think them and the Wyatts, they can have a good thing going. Or pretty much them against Usos or anybody else, man. Just get... I don't know. I'm really digging them right now. I want to see them get the titles, have a nice long run with it. Maybe break them up for this year's WrestleMania if you're going to break it up and finally have them go against each other and have that match.
Yeah, it's been, they've been talking about that for so long.
Years.
It wouldn't hurt for it to happen finally. So, all right, we're going to get into TNA. I have no notes. I don't have any notes for TNA. I just got results because I got home late last Thursday and I kind of flew through TNA.
Do you want to the Raw main event?
The main event was... hell, I just threw it away. You were right, though. It was Jericho, Cena, and Reigns against Orton.
And Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Corporate Kane and Rollins.
Adam, which this was. I can't even remember what it was.
I literally just put the notes behind me and didn't want to turn around and grab them again, so I'm not even... I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that was that match. The only thing that confused me about that match was and I was talking to you off air about this, they built this whole thing up with, this match tonight is going to be whoever impresses Triple H the most, and this match is going to be for that, and the contender, and then Cena comes in, off the hot tag, suddenly he comes in, and he tags in Roman Reigns. Well, how is that making you look good? Aren't you supposed to be trying to look good in the match? Did you read the script? Did continuity? Anybody? Continuity?
Yeah. Don't expect any logic behind any kind of anything related to WWE.
Yeah.
No logic behind anything, dude. They just do shit.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. So Cena gives whatchamacallit the AA, and Reigns pins him, and that was it. Match was over. Let's get to TNA. Raw, you're right. Raw angered me.
Yeah, I mean, for the people saying I'm always negative, a couple weeks ago, when WWE was putting out a good product right around SummerSlam time, we barely had any complaints. I mean, this week, dude, it was terrible. Yeah, I didn't pretty much anything from that show.
Yeah, tell you what, let's take 5, and then we'll come back and get into TNA. We'll go through TNA pretty quick.
All right, cool.
So let's go ahead and take quick 5. We will be right. Let me get a song going here. Let's see, who do we want to play? Let's do a little. Let's do some Undashing Cody Rhodes. Here you go, people. We're back one more time. I am gonna crank my mic level a little more. See if that's gonna help. There we go.
That
definitely helped.
Yeah, just leave it like.
Higher or lower?
Just like.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep rolling then. Good. Whoa. Okay. Here we go.
Total non-stop shit.
Total non-stop action. I should be their voice guy. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know. They're paying ads.
Yeah, like I said, I don't have much notes on this, but I've got the results. I know they did start with a bunch of stuff from... excuse me. That beer's coming back up. From the week before, showing all the stuff with the Hardys and the Dudleys and all that good stuff. It was good stuff. And then they start with Lashley coming out. Lashley comes out with MVP and Kenny King. I'm liking Lashley not speaking, or speaking as very little as possible.
Definitely. MVP as he does not speak.
Yeah, it's... I can't even believe that... I mean, whoever decided to just not have him talk should get a medal.
Definitely.
Yeah, because he does not need to be speaking.
Not at all. I really like Bobby Lashley in TNA. I never liked him in WWE, but I can't say he's going to me because I'm still not a fan, but I don't really mind him. I think he's a good champ. He's believable, at least.
Yeah, he is a believable champ. I'll definitely give him that. I mean, he's good, so I don't know, but we'll yeah. I mean, like I said, Lashley not speaking is probably the most. It is the best thing for him because as soon as he speaks, it's bad. But
similar to Brock, man. Similar to Brock.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? Brock knows. They said when Brock came into WWE, Heyman said this, the first time he wasn't with Heyman. Heyman had no plans on coming back, and he went out there, cut his first promo. First thing he said when he walked in the back room was, "Call Heyman. I don't want to do this. Call Heyman." Can you
blame him?
No, and you know what? I gave him credit for knowing that he shouldn't be doing that and shouldn't be speaking in long promos. This pre-tape stuff with him is great. They can get 1, 2, 3 takes. Probably how it should be. So
they should have done this for years.
Exactly.
He's great when he's doing pre-tapes. He can't do it live, man. Don't give him the live mic.
Yeah. They figured it out.
And stupid. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, they figured it out. Thank God they finally figured this out with Lashley, because I remember him cutting promos back in WWE. I used to laugh. Along with everybody else, probably. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, and MVP is cutting some really good promos. They're not they're not Paul Heyman great, but MVP is a good talker. I definitely like it. What about you? You like MVP on the mic?
I'm liking MVP on the mic, man. Is his leg still broken, or is he okay now?
I think he's almost back to normal. It looks like he's. I don't think he's coming to the ring with the crutch anymore. So,
yeah,
he did get a good line that all the guys can do is act tough, but if he called NYPD Blue to come out, and they would all get flatter than Miley Cyrus's ass on the floor.
That is.
I thought it was
Speaking of the NYPD, I can't believe we can talk about this when we're talking about Raw. How can you forget the fact that John Cena said he was going to sue Triple H?
Oh my God! All right, we're gonna have to go back. I can't believe we forgot about that hustle loyalty lawsuit. Holy shit!
Yep.
I mean, how did we forget about that? That is one of the biggest chicken shit heel moves, in my opinion.
Dude,
what babyface does that? Tell me.
None. John Cena. That's about it.
So not a babyface move. Honestly, not a babyface move. Weirdest move I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of NY, I thought you were going to bring up something about NYPD Blue. I'm like, yeah, awesome.
No.
I love that show. I'm watching that show.
But dude, I think that was surprising. I'm surprised that John Cena gave that the green light, because that certainly doesn't make him look good.
Dude, I think he just says what he's told to say. I really don't think. I think he just says what he's told to say.
He's a company guy.
And I think if you, I mean, I don't know how if he does his own stuff out there, but I hope not, because that line was definitely not one that any babyface I've ever even thought about.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna sue for your company. Pretty soon, you're gonna be the one that's fired.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't know how we forgot that. But MVP had some. We'll go back to TNA, I guess, now, because that I think we just said it all.
Pretty much.
So back at TNA, Dreamer comes out. God damn, Dreamer sometimes is like a fucking whale coming out there.
Dude, I'm not a fan of Dreamer really putting over the whole King of New York thing and all that, man. He is kissing too much ass, dude. Saying Lashley's the greatest champ of all time. He's the most legit champion, even in the other companies included. Like, I get what you're trying to do, dude, but you're just it's too much. Too much ass kissing, man.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Brock versus Lashley. MMA match. Brock's in good health. What do you think? Who'd win that?
Who would win that? I think Brock.
Yeah, I do too.
Definitely Brock. I would definitely put some money on Brock.
Healthy? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially him at 100%, like right now. I think he could definitely go in and do some damage.
Yeah, I definitely think that would be the case. But, yeah, I just thought I'd ask that while we were talking about those two in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Might as well get that out of the way and see, because, yeah, I think Brock would murder him. That'd be another murdering. So, all right. I'm kind of reading it because I remember I don't have any notes. I'm just kind of reading this going here. Dreamer comes out, calls MVP one of the most underrated wrestlers in the business. Yeah, you're right. He did kind of pander a little bit here. And then, then
really just everybody super over. I mean, too much, dude. Doing way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. And then, Dreamer sometimes, his promos really aren't, I don't know. Sometimes his promos just blow, in my opinion, and sometimes they're awesome.
You know what? He is a promotional genius. Putting his Twitter name on his ring tights, that is genius.
Oh yeah, who thought of that?
Yeah, TNA could do that. He's better at promoting than TNA is.
Yeah, exactly. But and then Kenny King, the hothead comes out and starts beating the hell out of him, and King beats on Dreamer, throws him out to the floor. MVP is still yelling in the mic. I love it. I'm really liking MVP just being the heel screaming. He's got some Cornette in him.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah, he's definitely got some.
He's an older guy, man. He gets it, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely channeling some Cornette, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of MVP, man. I think I mentioned this before. Right before he got signed to TNA, I watched him on House of Hardcore, and he had a phenomenal match with Sami Callihan right before he actually went to NXT. So that was a great match, man.
Speaking of that, I guess they're going to pull the plug on that gimmick, that Solomon Crow gimmick. I guess Triple H can't stand it. I know he's injured, but looks like Triple H doesn't like that hacker gimmick at all.
Dude, I think that could go so far.
It kind of shows that how out of touch they can be sometimes.
I think that gimmick is a gimmick that you can get over in 2014, man. That's a good gimmick.
It's a good gimmick for 2014 when
Exactly.
it's what people are fucking doing right now. So yeah, I'm right there with you. So
no, they give us Fandango and El Matadores or Los Matadores or whatever.
Adam Rose.
What else do we get? We get the Rosebuds.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they come up with a good gimmick like Solomon Crow, it gets dropped. Or when they come up with a gimmick like the second coming of Nation of Domination, that gets dropped.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they haven't completely dropped that yet, but I haven't seen it on TV. I don't know if they're just testing it at house shows, seeing how much heat they get. I don't know what they're doing with that, but
yeah.
Who knows? But
experimenting on house shows.
Apparently, they're doing it on house shows. So I don't know. We'll get all that, but let's start getting into some matches here. This was all pre stuff, but right away we start getting into the matches. We start with a New York City street fight. They're calling Lashley now the Destroyer Lashley, with MVP and Kenny King versus Tommy Dreamer.
Yep, I thought it was a decent match. Nothing spectacular, but it was a pretty good match. I mean, I like how they've kind of been doing more hardcore matches and stuff. I'm a mark for the hardcore type of matches and those type of stipulations. So I always enjoy these type of matches.
Yep. Once again, they come out, they bring all the weapons out for another fucking match, and it was pretty good. And again, another fan. All I could see was the guy with the huge mohawk.
Yep.
Fucking awesome.
That wasn't nice mohawk.
Yeah, but again, great. This was a damn good match. Another, like I said, they brought out weapons for this match. First match, you can't beat it. Not much you can do. But
last week, man. Last week we had that Stairway to Janice match.
Yeah, exactly. Another weapons match. And this one, I mean, I saw cookie sheets and what else did I see in this match? Trash cans, chairs. They were doing some good stuff. I did like this match. I like the hardcore matches too. Not a whole show of it, but
yeah, here and there. If you can sprinkle it throughout the show, I think it's good.
Yeah, you can't kill us with it because it does get old, especially if you're doing it, that much throughout a whole show. Yeah, it does get old, but yeah, throw it in there a little bit. Give us a little sprinkle of it here, a little sprinkle there. I'm down with it.
Yeah,
I am definitely down with it. So, Lashley ends up getting. Lashley follows up. Who does Lashley pin for the? Lashley gets Dreamer for the pin with the spear. Spears him for the pin, and that was it. He stood over Dreamer celebrating. What was the next match here? Yeah, right after the break, we got that goddamn. Well, looks like Jessica Havoc is coming next week or this week. Did you see that promo?
No.
They're doing these little videos where they keep showing a letter every week of the name, and it's supposed to be Jessica Havoc. You know who she is, right?
No.
I've seen her in a few things. I've watched a few of those wows and some of those things, and yeah, she's pretty good. She's got kind of a Bane gimmick. She has like a Bane mask almost.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. So that'll be good.
Something different.
Yeah, that'll be good. Good for her. Let her, she better get her ass out there while she can, while they got TV.
There you go. Got a couple more months. Better hurry your ass up.
Yeah. And then there was a Gunner and Sam Shaw segment, which
we can skip it, dude.
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad doing this because they're talking about this new Wounded Warrior guy, and anyway, we go to another match.
I did think it was creepy that he just took his uniform and just wore it. That was weird.
I think even WWE would have had him do that.
Probably.
Honestly, I totally think that would have been, any company would have had him do that for this debut. Is he going to wrestle with one leg? Is he going to wrestle with the prosthetic leg? Is he going to... What's going to happen here? I don't know. I mean, people are going to start comparing him to Zach Gowen very goddamn quick.
That is true.
Big guy, though. Big guy. I'm hoping he does good. But like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how he's going to wrestle.
When is he coming in?
He was there. I mean, he was here last week. He did that. He did a whole thing. I'll get into it. It's a little bit into it here, but he did a whole thing. You know what? I can skip around. Who gives a shit? His name was Well, who gives a shit anyway? We're doing this. We're calling this one in the ring.
There you go.
We're gonna call it in the ring. Goddammit. I will say one thing. While I'm looking for this, they're calling Rhino War Machine Rhino. You might not want to do that with what just happened with the MMA fighter. You might want to tape over that.
Yeah.
And cut that part out of there.
That beat his girlfriend, isn't it?
Yeah, more than beat her. Christy Mack was she's a hot fucking girl, and goddamn, those pictures of her. Jesus Christ. I mean, she is fucking hot.
Yeah.
So, what he did to her was absolutely disgusting. Guy's name is Chris Melendez. Army vet, lost his leg in combat. Does use a prosthetic leg, and you know, if all is true, Team 3D trained him for free. If they did, good on you.
I did it.
Yeah, if they did, fucking awesome. Good on, definitely good on you. It was good, and then, he came out. Anderson was out there talking about how he's former military himself. Kind of gave him how he got into it. I'm definitely interested to see this guy wrestle.
It's something different, man. Something different. I honestly respect it. And that's pretty cool.
I mean, you know what? I don't know if this is going to be long term for the guy, but I don't think he cares. I think just him being on TV in TNA is probably going to be enough for him. So we'll see where it goes. But I'd feel really shitty saying anything bad about this guy. So, I mean, he served his country. He's got the balls to do something I don't have the balls to do. I'm too old, number one, and I don't have the balls to do it. I would not want to do what he did. So, lots of thank you, Chris chants, lots of USA chants were breaking out, and I agree.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good, man. Especially if the guy can pull it off and he's good in the ring. It's definitely going to be different. It's something that you can respect. It's good stuff. But as far as Sam Shaw and Gunner, blah.
Yeah. I'm really out of that whole segment, but I'm pulling for this guy. No matter how much pandering they just did, good for him. Guy was overseas, lost his fucking leg. Like I said, I don't have the balls to do it.
I don't think I would. But
no, I'm not. So good for him. But let's skip back to where we were. We were talking after the Havoc thing, Jessica Havoc, blah blah blah. We're talking about that. We go to the number one contenders match for the Knockouts title. I gotta say, I do not ever mind when they have a Knockouts match for TNA. Madison Rayne versus Taryn Terrell.
Surprisingly, I actually watched this match. I don't usually do that with the Knockouts matches, but I did watch this one.
How can you not watch that fucking outfits Taryn Terrell wears? Her friggin' tits look like perfect little baseballs shoved together. I mean,
I don't know, man.
I know she's a mom, but god damn it, she's just a MILF now. God damn. I mean, dude, Jesus.
I've never been interested in women's wrestling.
She'll make you at least watch the damn thing. And you know what? The girl can wrestle.
She can wrestle.
How did WWE not stumble upon this when I mean, I know they might have gotten rid of her for the whole Drew McIntyre thing because she kind of kicked his ass.
Oh, wait. What happened with that?
She got into an argument with him in, I don't know exactly the place, but I know it was in a hotel room. Cops were called. I guess he was bruised up, didn't hit her back like you're not supposed to fucking do, but
damn, I not heard about that.
Yeah, she was gone pretty quick after that. Drew was gone, that just came up, but Drew's push stopped after that, so I'm sure I can hear Vince McMahon in the background. I can't believe a woman kicked his ass.
Yeah. I do. That's something Vince would do.
But I mean, hey, what are you supposed to do? You're not supposed to hit him, so you take the ass beating, you call the cops. So
exactly.
Unless you're Stone Cold, then you smack that bitch.
Yeah, I was surprised with Austin, man. I mean,
that shocked me too when he did it, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I guess let's leave that alone. Really want to get into that?
No, I think the moral of that quick conversation was don't hit women.
Basically.
Yeah. Tara Terrell, man, that girl she can definitely go. Her and Madison don't have the best chemistry, in my opinion, but
I think she was much better before she got pregnant. Though. Well, she's got a little bit of ring rust.
Yeah, I mean, her and Kim were having some badass matches. I mean, they had that one ladder match that was goddamn amazing. So, yeah. I mean, good, but Terrell won this one, and she hit a friggin' diamond cutter.
Yes, she did.
It was an RKO out of nowhere.
I'm a big fan of the diamond cutter / RKO.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice looking move. Looks devastating.
It looked fine when she did it, and she did it out of nowhere, and I liked it. I mean, if whatever. I mean, Orton does it awesome. I mean, he's done some. I think we've mentioned this before. The one on Evan Bourne where he was coming down from the top rope. Did one a few months ago when he caught. Who did he catch on the table? And the table won, of course, because Orton can't break a table.
He caught a couple people, actually.
Yeah.
That's happened to him like 3 times in the last year.
Yeah, he's done some great ones, and if that's him coming up with those, I'll give Randy some credit. Those are pretty damn creative, and they look fucking great when he does it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember either, and I'm honestly not going to go on the internet and look it up.
Yeah.
So we get that. Then what are we going for here? After that, Bobby Roode's backstage, says Kurt Angle called him to his office, shown walking there. Angle kicks the cameraman out. Then we get into more of this commercial break. Gunner walks in. I'm not even going to discuss Gunner and Shaw. I really think... here's what I'll say about it. I think Gunner's being wasted on this storyline.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm a fan of Gunner. This whole storyline has pretty much made me lose any kind of investment I had in the Gunner character. I pretty much lost it.
Yeah, it's really not... it's just annoying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they did it. I think it's kind of dragging Gunner down. I don't know. I think it was a long way to go for a Gunner-Anderson feud. I guess it's like telling a bad joke, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know you're a fan of Anderson, man, but that guy, he's pretty much had his run also, I think.
I know Anderson's not great in the ring. I find his mannerisms and I find him to be a funny guy, which I like. He seems to be a likable guy. Maybe that's why I like him. He's a likable asshole.
That he is. I'll give you that. He has charisma and stuff. It's just I never really got into the character.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's why I think he seems like a likable kind of guy. I probably wouldn't mind hanging with him. He'd probably be a cool guy to hang with.
He's got a lot of small. I'll give him that.
Yeah. So, I'm going to keep going?
Yes, sir.
All right. 6-man tag team match. Low-Ki, Tigre Uno, Crazy Steve versus Manic, who tweeted he just re-signed with TNA. Okay. Homicide and Zema Ion.
I'm a big fan of these 6, man. I think, what set TNA, apart from the rest of the promotions was pretty much the X division. So them bringing these guys back and really setting up that division again. I think that's definitely one of the pros. As far as TNA goes, of course, they have a whole lot of cons. Gunner, of course, not just Gunner, just his whole storyline. But the X division, that's one of the things that I've really been enjoying. Other than the hardcore matches that they've had recently, I think Bram is doing some great work. But yeah, these 6 guys, man, they can go.
Yeah, these 6 guys are awesome. I think they kick ass.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of static.
Hold on, I turned my mic off to sneeze for a second.
Oh, okay.
So, is it okay now?
A little bit better.
Yeah, it'll just give it a second. I had to shut my mic. I sneezed loudly.
Yeah.
Hope no one comes over and asks if something.
That was a really good, and I think Homicide can still go. Low-Ki is awesome. This guy, I hope he sticks around, man. I hope he sticks around. From my understanding, I guess Homicide signed, didn't he?
From what I hear, Homicide did sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked about Low-Ki for the past 2 months now and how badass he is. He's just, and I mean, all 6 of these guys are great. I like all of them. Tigre Uno, I'm not that big on. I don't know him very much, but
same with Crazy Steve.
Yeah, I don't know much about him either, but goddamn, Low-Ki, and I mean, you just put Low-Ki and Homicide in a ring together and let them fuckers go.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Manic as well, man.
Manic's good too. The character's stupid, but who gives a shit? He's at least the guy's out there.
Yeah, and so Joe as the X Division champion, I think that's definitely a great look for the company. At least doing something with the guy.
Yeah, and Low-Ki did this awesome move where he threw Manic in the air and did a flip. Did he do a flip?
Yeah, he did, like a flipping lantern on his face.
He did a flip, and I have never liked the double stomp move, but that way he did it was sick.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt, man. That definitely looked brutal.
Absolutely amazing. Low-Ki, Crazy Steve, and Tigre Uno win that with a key crusher. Low-Ki's move.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing. I
I'm love the X Division, man. I hope they keep it going, and honestly, man, honestly, God, I really hope that they get a new TV deal and it's not on some weird channel that nobody gets, because TNA has been doing some great stuff. If it wasn't for TNA right now, man, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just be watching the network instead of watching live wrestling.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, from what I've read, a lot of the guys backstage think that Spike is going to re-sign them, but I'm reading Spike wants out of the wrestling business, so I don't know. But I do get Velocity. I checked.
Yeah.
So at least I'd be able to watch it. So I don't know. So after that, we get a little backstage segment with Rhino and EC3. Well, Rhino talking about EC3, sorry. I don't know if Rhino's going to stay around very long. I'm not sure if he's part of this House of Hardcore Invasion deal or if he's actually a TNA deal. I don't know.
I can't see him sticking around much longer.
No, because I thought he was a House of Hardcore guy.
Well, House of Hardcore doesn't have a roster, technically.
Right. But wasn't he... He was with ROH for a while. Is he not anymore?
No, I don't believe so. Oh, he hasn't been for a while.
All right, because wasn't he like one of Truth Martini's guys or something?
Yeah, he hasn't been for a while.
Yeah, I thought I had seen him with that, but yeah. Get a few more things. Rude comes out to the ring, does a huge promo. EY Rude. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a EY Rude promo. They've been doing these same kind of promos for the past couple weeks now, so it wasn't anything different. Then we get the bromans. I'll watch anything with the fucking bromans. That was a hilarious segment.
Yeah, you got. I'm not too big on these guys.
They were alright. You're not. They were on Tinder. I thought it was hilarious, man. I love these guys. Maybe they're my guilty pleasure, but goddamn, they're funny.
This was an alright segment, though. Like I said, it was pretty funny. But overall, I think it's one of those gimmicks that you can only do so much with it, and I mean they've pretty much done what they can with the gimmick.
Well, I mean they recently added the DJ, which he's Paulie D from Jersey Shore really is a DJ, so
yeah.
But I don't know. It kind of joined it all in. I don't know. Like I said before, I liked Jersey Shore. Don't judge me, motherfuckers. So, I don't know. Like I said, I thought it was a comedy. But yeah, I like Jersey Shore, so maybe that's why I like these three guys. But to me, I'll watch any segment they're in. And I'll keep going since you got nothing to say on that.
I can agree with that.
Okay. Then we get to a match. Ethan Carter III, EC3, with Rockstar Spud versus War Machine Rhino. Again, not very smart, but we already talked about that.
I thought it was a good match.
I thought it was a good match. Just again with the War Machine thing, they really gotta back off that.
Yeah, I do like how they're bringing in Rhino to pretty much put over EC3. I mean, it makes sense,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And like I said, Spud to me plays his part frigging awesome. I like Rockstar Spud. What can I say? I'm pro Spud.
You're a road Spud.
Yeah. But I'm pro Spud. I think he plays his part perfectly, and he's funny. But that was a good match. And, EC3 grabbed a chair and hits Rhino, so Rhino wins via DQ. And then EC3 beat the shit out of, and he wasn't hitting. Sometimes they hit the chair and you can see it hit the mat first.
Yeah,
dude, he was hitting all shoulder and arm with that chair and back. He didn't touch the mat.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal, man. This is what I like.
That was a brutal beatdown.
Brutality.
I liked it too. I thought it was definitely good. But yeah, he beat the snot out of that son of a bitch. Then we go to the next thing that happens, and that's where James Storm starts announcing his new revolution of men that need a rebirth, and he announces the Great Sonata.
What do you think about this guy, man? Doesn't he have feet now?
I don't know, man. What do I think about this? I think Sonata's pretty good. I really liked those pre-tape segments they were doing with him when he first came in.
Pretty much get shirts.
Yeah, I like those, but then they started doing all this. I really don't like this James Storm stuff. I like James Storm, but this storyline, I know this is probably the only build they have right now to Bound for Glory. I get that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just not clicking for me. But, he comes down, Sonata pulls off his hood, and he's got the Great Muta kind of face paint on.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Face paint. I do like the face paint, man. I think it adds to the character. And it's just that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It doesn't hurt the character, but I think it's just, it is what it is.
Pretty much a carbon copy of the Great Muta.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, I'm sure this is leading to a match with Muta and Sonata at Bound for Glory.
Think so?
I would think so.
I can see Muta going against James Storm as well.
It could be. It could be a tag match.
Yeah,
I don't know who they would put with Muta, but because I don't know.
With him.
That would be good, but I don't know. I don't know Wrestle 1 that well, so I can't start thinking about that shit.
Yeah, I think low-key was actually tag partners with the Great Muta in Wrestle 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I bet those were some badass matches.
Definitely, and they actually had, you remember Hakushi back in, right around 94, 95 in WWF?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the fake tattoos. They kind of stole that gimmick and ran with it. They used larger typefaces, but same concept.
Nice.
Yeah,
I do remember him. How could you forget that guy?
Oh, dude, he was awesome.
Yeah, you can't forget him. Let's see.
That's more interesting than Raw and stuff, man. We should have just been talking about Hakushi.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Great Sonata with James Storm versus Double A Austin Aries. Good match, man. All these matches, man, are just good. I'm
glad really utilizing Austin Aries again, because they had him on TV for a couple months because of that whole, waving his piece around Chrissy Hemi's face and stuff. He's one of the top guys, man. They should really use this guy to his full potential, and I think they got something on their hands, man. I mean, he's no CM Punk, he's no no Daniel Bryan, but he's pretty damn close. He could be the next top guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely good. I mean, he's
really small though. That's the only bad thing. He's like really, really small.
Yeah, he is, but he's definitely got friggin' charisma. He's definitely one of the better workers there. He's definitely should be on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty. They took him off for that. Did they take him off for? I thought they took him off for something he said.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure because TNA sucked, like right around that era, so I kind of tuned out. So I'm not really sure what happened, but they definitely stepped it up, man. I'm happy with the direction that they're going, and I'm liking it, man.
Yeah, and I did kind of like that Sonata spit the green mist in Aries' face. I'm always a fan of green mist.
Green, blue, whatever you have, I'm a fan of it.
I'm a fan of mist. You spit it in Aries' face, hits him with a running super kick, and nails him. 1, 2, 3. Great Sonata takes the win. Yep. And then we go into that, we can skip this. We already talked about the Chris Melendez thing, so we already did that. We're already at the main event. The Wolves, Team 3D, and the Hardy Boys.
I thought it was awesome, man. Love seeing guys in the ring again and again. Not to just reminisce on the old days. I think they can still go. I think they've always had that chemistry. They've never really lost it. So, I'm definitely looking forward to the next couple weeks. We're going to have, the three-way matches, and the ladder matches are coming up, table matches coming up. So, definitely going to be some good stuff to look forward to.
Yeah, it definitely looks like we got a lot of good stuff to look forward to. So, yeah, I like that match. It was awesome. I love seeing it in 2014. Good nostalgia match. I don't care what anyone said. I don't really want to see the Hardys and the Dudleys in 2014.
Yeah, man. Those people, like I said, they're probably Cena fans.
Yeah, maybe you should think of something else to watch.
Yeah, I can't relate to those people.
Yeah, they're probably not watching TNA anyway. They're just complaining about it.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it was a good show, though, man. I thought it was a great main event. I thought the show started out with a bang. I thought, the whole formula that they have going with the starting the show with a match rather than Dixie Carter ranting for 35 minutes. It's good stuff, man. I'm liking the direction that they're going towards.
Yeah, I mean, they had a little talking with MVP at the beginning, but it certainly wasn't 20 minutes, and it led directly to the match.
Right, it led to the match. That's what makes it different.
Exactly. It wasn't a 20-minute segment that led to a main event later down the road that night.
Right.
It was a 15-minute segment that led to a match next. And yeah, I'm liking their direction too. I think they, like I said, I think I said it last week. I think they're starting to find their own direction away from the ECW thing. It's slow. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a slow move, but I think they're starting to find their direction over to where they need to be.
Well, I would say take steps, but they can't take baby steps. They're kind of on a. They kind of got to hurry up because they have a few months left.
Yeah, I don't know. They do need to hurry up, though. You're right.
Yeah, I guess those are for TNA. But before we go off, I got a couple new DVDs today. I got the Paul Heyman Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet, so definitely going to check that one out next week. If you've watched it, we can review that one.
I haven't yet, but I need to and I want to. I think it's supposed to be friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
So,
and I got this on high spot. I got the best of Super Dragon.
Huh?
You familiar with him?
No, I've heard of Super Crazy.
Well, go ahead and YouTube Super Dragon, and you're in for a hell of a ride, man. That guy, he works stiff.
Really?
Oh yeah, PWG, man. He's one of the main guys that used to be up there. He had a huge feud with Daniel Bryan when he was the American Dragon or whatever.
Really? Where's he at now?
He used to be in, like, I think Ring of Honor, PWG. I mean, he doesn't wrestle anymore, so.
Huh.
But yeah, he has a match on this with Kevin Steen. Man, that thing is brutal, man. They are beating the shit out of each other. You got one against I think Cesaro. He got one with Kevin Steen against the Young Bucks, which was a phenomenal match. And he has one against Necro Butcher, if you know him, man. That one is just a stiff match, dude. I'm sure they both came out concussed because they had some stiff ass chair shots. I mean, that match was brutal to watch. But yeah, it's a 3-disc set for like $20. Definitely worth it if any of you guys are into PWG, Ring of Honor, anything like that. There's a lot of guys on there. I think like Davey Richards is on there. There's a bunch of guys. And got another PWG show as like Fit Finlay against Kevin Steen, so I'm gonna watch that one. Looking forward to that one.
Awesome, man. Shit.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Sounds like it's gonna be good stuff.
And they actually sent me a free Dave Meltzer book because they got so many of them that aren't selling.
Oh my god.
This is like my 4th copy of his book that they gave me for free. With like every order, they just ship them out.
Poor Meltzer.
Poor Meltzer.
Who would want to read? Who?
Honestly, it's actually a really good book because it's not about Meltzer. It's just like it's pretty much like dedicated to like top wrestlers that passed. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's like illustrations and photos for the most part. Little mini biographies on the side. It's not much Meltzer in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But another DVD that I'm looking forward to watching is I forgot the company's name, which is a shame. But they brought in Jerry Lawler to face Kevin Steen. What do you think about that?
Wow. That probably was a good match. I mean, Lawler can still go in the ring. Steen can definitely go. Oh man, that was probably a good match.
Yeah, I really want to see that.
Yeah, that I could see that definitely being a good match.
Yeah, on the card they had the Hardy Boys facing the Young Bucks, which is that's one of the matches I would definitely want to see, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Young Bucks are awesome.
Yeah, they're actually going to be at the House of Hardcore, November. The one that I'm going to. I think they're going to be facing the Hardys again. Actually,
that'll be pretty badass.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm definitely looking forward to that. So.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good.
And I also get the Tournament of Death, the CZW Tournament of Death, 13, the show that I was at. So that's pretty good stuff if you're into the hardcore brutality. But if you're just a normal wrestling fan that likes the Brie Bella segments and all that, you probably don't want to watch CZW.
Ooh, Brie Bella, yay!
There you go.
Oh man.
Anything else in the wrestling world you want to talk about?
This might be something for a different show. I don't know. We were having a little discussion last night in the In Your Head chat room.
Okay.
About why wrestling has lost half of its audience. I know a lot of people out there will say, "Oh, you got more choices, more this, more that. That's the reason the ratings are down." Vince Russo brought up something on his podcast that was damn right. NFL hasn't lost their audience. MLB hasn't. I don't even think hockey has. But wrestling has.
Great
so,
point.
What the... I mean, why would all those people keep it and wrestling... Did UFC do it? I don't know, man. What do you think?
I think it's all about the product, man. I mean, the die-hard wrestling fans like us that are, willing to dedicate hours and hours of, bad wrestling, I should say watching bad wrestling and still be, invested enough to come back next week hoping that it's going to be better. But, let's face it, most fans that were watching it during the Monday Night Wars, I mean, at least half the audience, from the numbers that we can tell, obviously they weren't diehards, which I can't really blame them. I mean, it's not good. I mean, like we were just talking about tonight, Raw was terrible, dude. I really had a hard time, watching Raw, and even a harder time, tonight talking about it. Honestly, it just because it's so bad. So it doesn't surprise me that people don't watch it anymore. I mean, that's why I really think if there's a big investor that can invest in a new company that's completely the opposite of what's on TV right now, they might have a chance. But then again, I don't know if in 2014 if there is a market for wrestling. I'm not sure.
I think there's a market, but I think they need to definitely do. I mean, like I said, I said this on Facebook today. WWE is becoming a parody of themselves with this $9.99 thing, this Brie Bella, Nikki Bella bullshit, and just I mean, and they insult your intelligence at every turn. Who wants that?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's. I mean, and I'm sure UFC put a dent in it. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, a lot of people they the people that wanted that hard hitting wrestling and just that different style of wrestling. They once that's lost, I mean, UFC took over. I mean, why watch something predetermined if you're in it for the action and the action only? Why not just watch the real thing?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's obviously what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, because, even Ultimate Beef said, last night in the chat that Ronda Rousey got better ratings than, or, a better buy rate than all of SummerSlam.
Like, that goes to show you, man. I mean, I'm not sure if there is a really a big market for wrestling.
It's got to be out there. I mean, there's got to be a way to get these people back. You know what I mean? But how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that now? Is it too late? And if it's too late,
I don't think it's too late, man. They just need that a big angle, something really different that catches everybody's attention. I mean, NWO, man, that was the reason for the big wrestling boom in the mid '90s. I mean, that was the reason. That was the reason that WWE got better. That pretty much changed the whole wrestling world.
Oh yeah, and obviously the fact that they have zero competition definitely has something to do with it. Competition obviously pushes you to do something better every time. I mean, would McDonald's be as big as they are without Burger King and Wendy's? Who knows? They might not be.
Absolutely.
I personally don't eat McDonald's anymore, but
yeah, it's shit.
I started seeing articles that were just making me sick, so I won't even let my kids eat it anymore. So
you shouldn't.
No. They can go get chicken. They can get
McDonald's for the rest of their show.
Yeah, I mean they can get chicken nuggets or ice cream if they want, and that's about it. So
I wouldn't even eat the chicken nuggets, man.
Yeah, they're kids. I usually go to Wendy's. We just started making them at home now, so who cares? But yeah, he wants an ice cream from McDonald's, whatever. But yeah, I mean competition definitely pushes you to do something beyond your usual. So
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
just step out.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. NWO caused WWE to do something. They got DX. DX got Mike Tyson, and from that time, that's where it swung. They've admitted that. But
and we Austin, then we got Rock, and it was just a chain reaction.
So many players back then, though. I mean, the roster was just chock full of guys. Every guy was believable. Every guy had a story. Every guy you wanted to see everyone on the roster. Now guys come out and you're like,
yeah, half the rosters were potential main eventers.
Half the roster was main eventers, and they were all fighting for that main event spot.
Yeah, look at it now, man.
Yeah,
we can barely get a phone in for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, you had The Rock, you had Austin, you had Undertaker back then, going strong. You had Jericho. There's 4 main eventers right there that were on one show. Triple H back, Kane was a main eventer.
Shawn Michaels,
Orton, all main eventers.
Batista.
I've always liked Batista. I always thought he was good. So many guys, and now we get Adam Rose.
No, aside from those guys, if you want to name more, Brock Lesnar was around.
Yeah,
Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. I mean, Mick Foley. How can we forget him?
Yeah, all those guys, all main eventers.
Ric Flair.
Flair was in WCW for a lot of that, wasn't he?
Well, I'm even talking about even the early 2000s.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's go ahead and take the other company, WCW's roster. Think how many big stars there were back then. WCW had Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Flair, Steamboat, Nash, Hall. Should I keep fucking going?
Yep.
I mean, they had all these main event players, and now...
Yeah, we got nothing. Swagger.
Now we get Adam Rose, Swagger, which, whatever. Swagger, but, I mean, Adam Rose... I don't think there was a time when someone had a match when I would go, piss break time, back then.
No, definitely not, man. I would watch every Hugh Morris match, everything. Dude, unless it was maybe Prince Iaukea against Disco Inferno. Maybe that's a piss break, but for the most part, it was great stuff.
I was always a Disco Inferno fan. So
man, he sucked, man.
I loved him. He was awesome.
He fucking sucked.
He made me laugh. That's what I liked about him. But the rosters were just jam packed. I mean, Scott Steiner. Jesus Christ, how did I forget the Steiners? Holy shit.
Yeah, I said this. I don't know if you heard me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I might have been. Like I said, I had a kickstart. Forgive me.
Yeah, Don Dallas Page, man. Sting, all those guys.
Oh, Sting. We forgot about Sting. Jesus Christ. What a fucking roster. Realistically, their roster was better than WWE, and they should have...
Oh, definitely.
And they really should have probably kept going more than They probably should have been winning the ratings a lot longer than they did, but god damn, dude.
Yeah, that's
what a
probably the strongest roster ever.
God damn, I've never really sat and thought about how good the rosters were back then. Now I'm naming guys and I'm blown away.
Yep. Don't forget guys like Evan Sullivan that were around, Arn Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. And WWE, Cena was there for some of that Attitude Era, and I didn't mind him much back then, to be honest with you. Yeah. I mean, he was still corny and cheesy, but I mean, him, Edge, and Christian, Hardy Boys. I mean, they had so many main event players in both of them. Wow. I mean, that's definitely a factor. You got all these main event players, and now you got a lot of mid-carders. You have way more mid-carders than you do top guys.
Yeah. Speaking
Goldberg. Thank you, Systematic, in the chat room. Goldberg. We forgot about Goldberg. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Forget about Goldberg.
Yeah, I mean, what a fucking roster they had. God damn.
Even guys even mid-carders like Raven.
Well, the WCW mid-carders easily could have been, their mid-carders were Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, Guerrero at the time, some of the time back then, Jericho, until they all moved over, in what, 2000, 2002, between 2000.
Yeah.
And then when the buyout happened, but yeah, holy crap. And I mean, it's just bullshit on top of bullshit. But yeah, I mean, WWE has definitely lost at least half of their fan base. I'm sure some of it went to UFC, and the rest of it, I guess, just stop watching?
That's, I guess, probably just watching, man. Gave up.
Just give up?
Probably John Cena.
Really think Cena had that much to do with it?
Probably not. I'm just messing around, but I'm sure there was probably at least 1,000 people probably watched, stop watching Cena.
I'm sure some people did. I mean,
including myself. That's actually the reason I stopped watching.
Really?
Was when he got split. I just stopped watching.
Yeah, I understand. It was probably one of the better things to do. So I don't know, but yeah, I did want to ask that question since we had a pretty good chat about it, and Vince Russo had just brought it up on his podcast a couple weeks ago. I think it was during the, if you want to hear it, I think it was before the Medusa interview. If you want to download that off iTunes, the Swerve. So I don't know. His podcast was getting to me. Now I'm actually starting to like it.
Yeah. Speaking of podcasts, I think Triple H is going to be on Chris Jericho's podcast this week.
I read that. That's going to be good. It's going to be good.
The CEO of the WWE.
That show's going to go long.
All right.
There's going to be a lot of editing.
Seth.
It's gonna be weird. So, yeah, that'll be good.
Speaking of rosters, before we go off the air, I want to talk about ECW real quick. I think ECW had a great roster right around 95. I mean, if you compare that to what WWE had at the time, they could probably go head to head with them.
Probably.
95. They had Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Taz, Shane Douglas, Raven. I could go on. Too Cold Scorpio. I mean, they had the Dudley Boys. They had a stacked roster, man. I thought 95 ECW, 96 ECW is probably my favorite era in ECW.
Yeah, I liked all that. I actually have all the television shows they ever did, and I've gone back to watch them a few times. It was definitely pretty awesome stuff back then.
Yeah, even how can I forget Cactus Jack? 95, he was up there.
95, yeah, 95 to 96, he was there. Yeah, definitely.
Terry Funk, Steiner Brothers, man, even Steiner Brothers. They were up there. Public Enemy was still up there.
Yeah.
Terry Gordy. How can I forget Terry Gordy?
Bam Bam.
Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow. There you go. Dr. Death Steve Williams. He was up there in 95, 96.
Yeah, my God, man. You're bringing back some stuff I forgot about.
Yeah, they had Eliminators were just coming in. Dudley Boys were just coming in. The Gangsters just came in from Smoky Mountain.
Smoky Mountain, right. Yeah.
Great roster, dude.
Yeah. They just didn't have the stuff. They didn't have the money. They didn't have all this shit. I, kind of feel bad for them. But, yeah, man, they definitely could have been a big rival.
Oh, yeah.
Never really thought about that, but you're right.
Yep.
You're definitely right about that.
Well, I think we did enough for tonight.
Well,
right around the hour.
Let me go a couple more things really quick here. They're not going to take long, I promise. We've already pretty much driven them to death, but there's some new stuff.
All right.
WWE has removed all references about their invite to Michael Sam from their website and their YouTube channel.
Wow.
The WWE.com article about Sam, as well as Stephanie McMahon's open letter to Sam, now redirects to the Raw homepage. As noted earlier, Sam, who is the first openly gay NFL draftee, is expected to join the Dallas Cowboys practice next week. So, WWE.
Yeah.
That
instant regret.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead. I got one more thing to read here. Go ahead and go for that.
Yeah, absolutely a TNA move. I'm sure probably the NFL got pissed at them and asked them to take it down. And this is what happens when you jump the gun. Like I said, they should have confirmed his appearance prior to really reaching out for him on live television and inviting him to come next week. I mean, that's just, it's kind of stupid and just silly if you think about it. From the standpoint of a big corporate company like they are, they should really know better. I mean, they know how business works. They're involved in Hollywood, or they'd like to be at least, with all these shitty movies they put out. But whatever, man. I mean, this is what you get when you jump the gun. Like I said, this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, we were just talking about how bad this is going to look for him and what happens if he doesn't accept. Well, yeah, I really consider this a TNA move. It's something they would have done, jump the gun, announce when they shouldn't have. They really should have got everything put together before they did this. Now they're just going to try to, pay no attention. We never mentioned it. The internet does not save anything.
Yeah.
Smoke, mirrors, more smoke, more mirrors, more smoke, more mirrors.
Wrestling, just they forget everything the next week. So.
Yeah, we're pretty stupid people, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
we're just dumb hillbillies. Last thing, Alberto Del Rio will be able to start wrestling for AAA. His official return is September 14th. So I guess he fought enough and they let him out of this non-compete. He will be teaming with La Parca and Ms. Tits, former Sin Cara, to face Texano Jr., Averno, and El Hijo del Perro Araguayo. I am not Spanish. I'm sorry. I just hacked your name up. So, yeah.
Sounds pretty cool, man. I mean, La Parca, he's a freaking legend.
I do know who La Parca is.
Yeah. Him and Mystico, I guess, or whatever they call him again now, and Del Rio. I don't know the opposing team, but that's sounds pretty cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, they got a good. I'm looking at the poster here. It actually looks pretty damn good. The poster was put out by Lucha Libre AAA, so looking good. I see Sin Cara is wearing basically the same mask that he was wearing in WWE.
But I think he's allowed to wrestle outside the States.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just not allowed to wrestle in the United States. That's what I heard, I think.
I thought it was something with if they're on television or iPay-per-view that that's part of the non-compete. But as far as I read, he was going to fight this. And actually here it says somebody, let's see, Here's a translated quote courtesy of Del Rio reportedly got the non-compete clause that WWE was trying to enforce thrown out. Here's a translated quote courtesy of superluchas.net. It is unconstitutional that you cannot work. Thanks to lawyers and the support of AAA, I can fight without any problems. So AAA and the lawyers must have put it to WWE. Awesome.
You know what else I'm thinking is just WWE probably just let it go, because they don't want to get involved with going to court over a whole racist thing and all that. They're too corporate to be involved with that. I think they figure they're not going to do anything with the guy anyway ever again. So might as well just let him do what he wants and just get it over with.
Yeah.
And since wrestling fans are dumb according to WWE, we're going to forget about Del Rio in a week. So.
Yeah, and I know they were trying to get him on breach of contract, but they fired him. You breached your contract. So, I don't know. I mean, good. I'm glad he didn't have to go another almost a year. I thought that was pretty shitty. Even if WWE was paying him, most guys don't get in the business to sit on their ass and be paid. They want to fucking wrestle. So, good for him. I'm glad it worked out for him.
Yeah.
So, if you got nothing else, I guess we're done. Next week, we will start going over NXT. I think Shaheen had a pretty busy week and just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, starting school again today, so I'm going to try to squeeze NXT in there as well.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's only 50 minutes. It actually went pretty quick. There was a couple good matches on there. I will say Bull Dempsey looks like Kevin Smith. All I see is Silent Bob wrestling when I see him. So, Shaheen popped out on me.
Yeah, I'm back.
There you go. Yeah, I was saying Bull Dempsey looks like Kevin Smith. All I see is Silent Bob wrestling when I see him.
Yeah, a lot of people are big on this guy. I'm not really a big fan. I don't really get it.
I am waiting for Jason Mewes to run out behind him and just yell, "Snoochie boochies!"
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know, dude. I'm not. See, NXT, they're either a hit or miss. They either have a really good guy or the guy is just the complete shits.
Here, I got a few notes I'll just run down real fast. It'll take literally 5 minutes at the most. NXT, I did say we were going to go over it. We'll go over it real quick. I like the Ascension. I think they're ready to be called up. That's my opinion. They wrestled some no-name jobbers. They actually got some "Let's Go Jobbers" chant, so good for them. Regal is a new GM.
1 second. I do love the NXT crowd, man. They remind me of the old ECW crowd. They're just like, they kind of got that indie thing going on. They're kind of like the smart crowd. They always do these like stupid chants and stuff. I love it, man.
And they are a smart crowd. And I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I hear a lot of people say, the WWE people do not watch TNA. You're an idiot for saying that. Okay, then why for Bayley were they chanting, "Bayley's gonna hug you" in the same tone as "Joe's gonna kill you"?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not real wrestling fans, right, everybody? Yeah, they are. But anyway, the Ascension, great. Regal as GM, I could honestly watch just to hear Regal. I love Regal.
Now, do you think because, JBL was the GM before Regal, and he was barely ever on NXT, so Regal was on the commentary team, and I was enjoying that, so I'm hoping he's going to get some TV time, because if not, he's obviously not going to be on commentary anymore, so
yeah,
I lost in my eyes.
I mean, maybe with JBL has a lot of other projects. He still has that show on Fox News, I think he still does. Maybe that's why he wasn't on there much, and plus he's on Raw Monday, so
yeah, I
don't know. Maybe Regal will get some more time, but yeah, I love Regal. I like hearing him talk. I think he's amazing. So Regal is GM. Like I said, I could watch just for that. Tyler Breeze to me is Miz 2. He comes out, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Okay, you may as well just say "really." Meanwhile, it was he's pretty good in the ring. He's definitely the greenest. He was in a match with Tyson Kidd, Sami Zayn, and Adrian Neville. You could tell he was the greenest out of those four.
Now, what do you think about Tyson Kidd being back on NXT?
I'm a fan of his. I think he's good. I know he does not have a good look for wrestling. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit. He doesn't have a good look. He's not a big guy. He's a little guy. He looks even smaller than I think he is because of the way he's built.
Yeah.
He doesn't look much taller than Natty, though. So he's not a tall guy. And like I said, he sort of has he's sort of built like Chris Benoit. I hate to say it.
No, Chris Benoit, dude. He was way stocky.
I mean, yeah, Benoit was bigger, but he's kind of got that. He's kind of like big in the upper. His lower body isn't that big, and he's kind of weird shape. But I think the guy can go in the ring. The fact that he's back on NXT, kind of a downgrade for him, but he's probably getting more time on there than he was on Raw. So,
yeah, I think his main problem is he just has zero charisma, dude. He has none.
Yeah, his voice is another problem. He doesn't talk like a tough guy. Although he could probably, although it looks like they kind of got him as a smart ass heel, which is probably good for him.
Yeah.
I really think it helped not Reigns, but Rollins when he turned heel. The voice doesn't seem to be a big deal when you go heel. I don't know, maybe it's me.
Well, to be honest, I think Rollins kind of put a little bass in his voice. I think somebody probably made fun of him backstage or something, but he sounds a little bit different now.
Or maybe they shove something in the mic when he talks. I don't know. Turn down the pitch level a couple of decibels. I don't know.
They give him a couple shots of whiskey and give him a couple 100s cigarettes.
Here, inhale this Swisher Sweet, pal.
There you go. Vince McMahon tradition.
I could see that. Take a shot of whiskey and inhale this Swisher Sweet.
Put some hair on your chest.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely a good main event. I'll go to that real quick. I've only got like 2 or 3 more notes. I'll say this. The Divas are god-awful in the ring, but at least they got some gimmicks, unlike the Divas on Raw. Whatever. That's all I'll say about that.
Diva, can I talk about this one Diva?
Yeah.
Her name is Becky something. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Becky Bayless.
Alright. Are you a fan?
No, I know she was Cookie, and she was with Robbie E for a while on TNA. That might help some people know who she was real quick. So that's who she is, and they got rid of her because she sucks.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Dude, I was watching NXT a couple weeks ago, and I saw her match against, I think, Flair's daughter, and it was terrible. I mean, I think Flair's daughter is actually really, really good in the ring. Mm-hmm. But this girl, man, she was terrible. It was hard to watch, and I put out a tweet saying, she's garbage, and this, that, and a third. And man, these wrestling fans started attacking me, saying she's the greatest, and all these other female wrestlers look up to her, and I forgot who they named, but they were talking about like Velvet Sky and I think AJ, and I'm like, come on, dude, are you kidding me? The ones that are on actual TV are looking up to this girl that's terrible on NXT. Like, give me a break, man. Some of these WWE marks, man, they drive me off the fucking wall.
Yeah. I like I said, I do remember her. TNA. If TNA fires you because you suck,
yeah, it's bad.
I think you suck.
That's bad.
Yeah, I really think you suck. So, yeah, but I do know who she is. Yeah, she debuted with Robbie E. She was kind of the Snooki character, So, yeah, but honestly, I mean, NXT wasn't horrible, but really, if it had bad lighting, it would be just another indie show.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think NXT is in a bad spot right now. They don't have too many people right now, but I think in a couple months, man, it's going to be stacked.
I hope so. I mean, I know they got a bunch of people that are coming up. Like we've been talking about Steen, Fergal, and I think they're going to use that name Fergal.
Yep. And hopefully Sami Callihan in some form or fashion. I don't know what he's going to be doing, but
yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of that gimmick.
Nobody did.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the first one when the first little promo he did where he had the tablet in his hand and he put the lights out, and I thought it looked like a good character, something good for 2014. Maybe Triple H doesn't understand it, but
yeah,
I mean, the guy had control over the whole building from the tablet. It's pretty cool, I think. I mean, it's
I think it's awesome, dude. I think it's genius.
I mean, a gimmick is a gimmick, so I liked it. But from what I read, Triple H thought it was ridiculous and idiotic.
Well, I beg to differ.
Yeah, maybe that was bullshit. I mean, we've been, Meltzer can sometimes make a story out of nothings, so.
Yeah, just like I was saying, Zack Ryder being punished.
I don't know about all that. Maybe Zack Ryder, I think someone even said it in the chat a little while when we were talking about it. There's really no need to. I mean, Zack Ryder's been being jobbed out and squashed on the show for how long?
Exactly. That's my whole point.
You said it. I'm sorry.
He's been punished for the last couple years.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. This is not news. He's not getting squashed for a reason. He's getting squashed because that's his job.
Yeah. And
it's named jobber. That's his job.
And he's been doing it for a long time, so.
And he's a wonderful jobber.
He is. He's good at what he does, and he was so over for a good while, and then whatever. I think we've said it too much. Let's not drive that into the ground.
Yeah.
So, all right. I guess we can say bye to the people. I guess.
There you go, man. You want to go ahead and plug the websites and everything? We got well, you can start off, and I'll finish the website.
We are THT Podcast on Twitter. We don't have many followers. I'll admit we're not using it very much either, but I need to start. I need to give you the code for it so we can go for it. We are on iTunes, finally. You can get us on iTunes. Actually, I do want to thank everyone who downloaded us on iTunes. We're just about, we're doing actually better than I thought we would since we hit iTunes. So thanks to everyone downloading the show. We are at THT Wrestling. That's the easiest way to find us. Or THT Wrestling Podcast is even easier. It'll pop right up on iTunes. Facebook. We've got, we are at facebook.com/group/THT Podcast. Shaheen.
Yep. And our website is www.hottagpodcast.weebly.com. And you can go there and you can check out the archives. We have a forum up there. You're more than welcome to join the conversation, and definitely get on the Facebook, because we've been getting a lot of traffic on the Facebook page, a lot of good conversations going on. So if you're a wrestling fan, definitely get in there, join the conversation, and have a good time. And we'll be back next Tuesday again. We might be switching around the time a tad bit just because I have school, so I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So we might be going on a tad bit earlier, but same day, almost the same time. We'll definitely update you guys if anything is going to change. But yeah, definitely thank you guys for all the listens and all the downloads, and greatly appreciate it. Certainly appreciate it.
Definitely. And yeah, the forum's been a little, hasn't been much activity on there, but I'm going to start putting up some more news up there in the next week here. I tried to get it on Tap Talk. I don't know if it's going to work. I got a couple more questions. I know a lot of people use that, and it's good for the iPhone, and it's an easy app. So I'll do my best to get it up there to make it even easier to get stuff posted. And otherwise, that's it. Good talking to you, Shaheen, and we'll talk to everybody next week.
Yes, sir. A pleasure as always. And you can also check us out on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe on there. We forgot to plug that one in.
Oh, yeah. We do need some subscribers on there. We actually got a good amount of people listening to the show on YouTube, I think I forgot to put up last week's show. I will do that tonight.
There you go.
Matter of fact, I did. So you will have this show and last week's show up there in the next day or two at the most.
There you go. And I believe that's under THT Podcast as well. If not, it's Hot Tag Podcast. Either way, you'll find it. THT Podcast or Hot Tag Podcast.
That one is under THT Podcast.
There you go. THT Podcast on YouTube. Facebook.com/groups/THT Podcast. And yeah, join the conversation, folks.
Yep, I'm just double checking the channel, making sure that's what it is real fast while I got the YouTube loaded up, and it is THT Podcast.
There you go. THT Podcast.
That's right. And you can also put the Hot Tag Podcast. It'll get you to it that way too.
There you go.
Yeah,
simple.
I drop the name in both ways, so it'll go there. So there you go, folks. Get a hold of us. Start going out and listening to us more. Start joining the discussions, like Shaheen said, and we will talk to you next week, everybody.
See ya.
See you.